here's some food for thought. If you could pause in this moment, just think about, what are your consumption patterns? Now, I'm not talking about food. Consumption patterns. I'm talking about technology. How much do you consume technology each day? But not just technology, but how much do you get bombarded by marketing wizards and all of these ads, hundreds of ads each day? How much is really infiltrating your consciousness on TV, YouTube, social media, as you move from one place to the next? How much are you consuming? And is this skillful or not skillful? Is it helping you? Is it not helping you? So this is why the practice of meditation and mindfulness is so powerful, because we can pause and we don't have to participate in this consumption culture that is driving us all crazy.
Guys, I want you to just sit down and realize that we are conscious beings. The organ inside of my head is consciously telling myself to eat this apple. You woke up today and you consciously decided to do whatever you had to do. The sun is shining, you know. Whatever it is you're going through, whatever is happening in your life, just take the time to be grateful that you're a divine, conscious, physical being. It doesn't matter your sexuality, your gender, your religious status, none of that. Just be thankful. There's no room in the world to judge others. We are all the same consciousness, experiencing different physical experiences. We are one. I love you guys.
Hey, guess what? I just learned something really cool and I want to share it with you. First of all, I want you to think about the thought that's really weighing you down, stressing you out, making you anxious, whatever that thought is. Get in your mind. Got it? Okay, good. Now, I want you to ask yourself, who would I be without that thought? Really think about it. You see what's starting to happen? When you believe your thoughts, especially the negative ones, it can cause you to feel stuck, it can keep you trapped and keep you playing small and feeling really gross, right? But when you see that those are just thoughts, just patterns in your mind, and you see past that, guess what happens? It starts to set you free. And how good does that feel? Now double tap this video and hit the follow button for more.
Let me put things into perspective for you on energy. So say that you had the option to live in a penthouse or a beat down, raggedy apartment in the worst part of town for equally $500 a month. You would, without doubt, no hesitation, pick the penthouse. And now whether you live in a penthouse or not, you can imagine that feeling and the environment that you're in and how rewarding it feels to live there, right? Now, say it takes the same amount of energy to be a negative person, to doubt yourself, be against yourself, versus being positive, working on your limiting beliefs, raising your vibrations, right? You're going to want to take, if it takes the same amount of energy to do either or, you're going to want to take the positive route. Why? Because at the end of the day, if you put the same amount of energy into being negative, there is no outcome. There is no bettering to yourself. If you take the same amount of energy and put it to your positive thoughts, if you challenge yourself, get over those limiting beliefs, you rise.
Everything I love, you gonna love this. This is a new concept that I just got put onto. It makes so much sense. Honestly, I think it's the closest thing I've ever found to actually truly describing flow state. And the concept is this. I heard it on the Ed Milet podcast. It's called being blissfully dissatisfied. And whenever I'm working on something that I'm really about and I really love, this describes it to a T. So it's kind of like a contradiction. The first part, being blissful, it's kind of like being excited, eager, looking forward to. But the second part, that dissatisfaction, putting that right next to the bliss is so crazy. But the dissatisfaction is key. That means you don't settle. And if you think about in different situations where that would pop up, in relationships, when you have an opportunity to get through an adversity or an obstacle, you're like, babe, we'll get through this. You look forward to getting through the adversity, through the problem. Whenever I'm DJing or something, if I have two songs that don't usually mix or a really diverse crowd, I'm so excited to try to find a way to make it work for everybody. And I think that's the magic right there, is being genuinely excited to get through the problem. That's blissful dissatisfaction.
Your ego is not the problem. How you use your ego is the problem, because your ego is quite literally the human experience for your soul. If we are just the universe experiencing itself from our perspective, how are you choosing to represent your perspective? Your ego is your perspective.
If you want to wake up with more energy in the morning, then I want you to do this. But first, I want you to think about something. Whether you had a stressful day at work, school, or you were arguing with your girl or with your man, that stress is held within the body. When you hold stress in your body, you get tight, you get tense, and then sleep is just not happening. So not only do you have to let it go within your mind, but you gotta let the stress go within your body. So you need to stretch. I want you to try doing a little bit of these, a little bit of squatting, a little bit of this. And you don't have to do it for very long. Just stretch for like 5 or 10 minutes and then go to bed. So share this video with someone who's been a little stressed lately.
So you're laying in your bed, and here's a quick meditation for laying in your bed. You might notice the bed beneath you and the texture, the softness, areas of contact that the body has with the pillows, the blankets. You might notice the fabric or the blankets and the comfort or the temperature. Noticing the sounds of the space around you. The changing nature of the breath as it moves in and out. Might notice the feet and the fingers and the hands, and consciously relaxing the body from the toes all the way up to the crown of the head. Breathing moment by moment.